Throughout Vincent's years in the seminary and following his ordination, Vincent's apostolate was vast. He enrolled in numerous solidarities, commenced night schools for people who came to Rome from the country to sell their goods, worked with prisoners, soldiers, and the youth. In around 1815 or 16, he developed a draft set of rules for an institute for priests and lay people. There's no further reference to this institute for some years, and it's not known whether this was a literary exercise, or did he already have in mind a union, such as the Union of Catholic Apostolate. Following his ordination, Vincent's work continued and expanded. He gave conferences to religious, preached missions, organised Christian formation for youth, adults and clergy, instituted orphanages, was sought as a confessor, including being a confessor to popes. He promoted the Christian press, encouraged missions, and initiated the octave of the Epiphany to give witness to the unity and the universality of the Church. Vincent, with his clear and penetrating intellect, recognised the spiritual situation of his time. He recognised the authority of the papacy and saw that the future lay in the spiritual and religious sphere and not directly in politics. His aim was a renewal of faith and love from within the Church. It was on the 9th of January 1835 that he was inspired to found the Union of Catholic Apostolate. In this union, he recognised that all of the baptised participate in the work of the Church, something we may take for granted now, but this was a very new concept in the 1800s. Following approval by the Cardinal Bishop of Rome, Vincent launched this pious association of Catholic Apostolate in May 1835, inviting priests, religious and laity to participate. Following the foundation of the Union, while continuing his endeavours, he sought to work with all in the apostolate, promoting co-responsibility of all the baptised to revive faith, and enkindle charity in the Church and in the world, and bring all to unity in Christ. At no time did Vincent ever want to point to himself, but he always pointed to Jesus, Apostle of the Eternal Father. He named Mary, Queen of Apostles, as the patron of the union, and had an image of Mary painted in the cenacle. The image includes women, along with the apostles, to exemplify the call of all. In that same year, 1835, members of the Union, seeing the need to support poor young girls who were walking the streets of Rome, purchased a home, which they called Pia Casa di Carità. It was from this work that the congregations of the Pallottine sisters commenced. Then, in 1846, he formed a community of priests and brothers, now known as the Society of the Catholic Apostolate, or, as we tend to know them, the Pallottines. In 1901, the Pallottines arrived in Australia, initially to serve the First Nations people of our land. The Pallottines came to Victoria in 1935, and very soon this great charism that all are called to be apostles was recognised by many. Vincent died on the 22nd of January 1850 at the age of 54. He was heralded by the Romans as a saint. He was honoured by many, both the ordinary people and the important figures of the Church. He was canonised by Pope John XXIII on the 20th of January 1963, coinciding with the Second Vatican Council.